Hello, everyone. You are welcome back to Time Tech Cyber. Today is a special day, and we'd like to share with you the best practices for social media privacy. It's very important, very crucial, as in how we navigate our social platforms. There are things that we need to be very careful about. If not, our weaknesses on social media can be an advantage for an attacker. I'm talking about the bad guys. In order to cause reputational damage, cause financial loss, or cause property and other valuable things damage. So I think it will be best for us to be very careful and know what to do when we get to that space. I mean the social media platform or digital world. Today, all of us, almost everyone that you can find or you see, are with their phones, tablet, laptops, desktops, all over the social media, trying to find out what is new, what is trending, who's losing, who's winning. So we all end up find ourselves in that space. But there are things that we're supposed to do to keep ourselves very private, so that the bad guys will not have the advantage of our weaknesses to exploit us. So there are best things or best practices that we would like to share with you, so that you can also save or be safeguard in your dealings when you get to that space. So, but you can see on the screen says the best practices for social media privacy. So if you read a little or read about what you can see on the screen to you, so today's digital world where millions of people share their lives online, which is true, protecting privacy on social media platform is more crucial than ever. Very crucial. Whilst these platforms offer unparalleled connectivity, they also pose significant privacy risk, from identity theft and stalking to phishing attacks and data breaches. This presentation will dive into the more common social media privacy risk and equip you with best practices, strategies for safeguarding your personal information. So let's dive more into it as we said before. So when it comes to this space, we can see that we have some media privacy that we need to be aware of. So common social media privacy risk. One of it is about sharing, or what they call oversharing. Sometimes we get to this platform, but we end up sharing too much of our personal information or personal info onto the platform. Talking about share sensitive data like our birthdays, our addresses, traveling, our plans, all those on social media over there, where others also end up taking advantage of this by stalking us, by using information over here to fish us. As one of the phishing means using psychological means of attaining info from you to cause damage to you or reputational damage or financial loss to you. So you have to be very careful about the things that we actually expose or put on the social media atmosphere or community. Another one is also about public profile. We need to filter. Not everybody must give access to on social media to know about our private info. So you can restrict people from seeing your profile. You must tell or make a settings for who to see and who not to see what on social media. Very important, because the bad guys are always looking for a means to make sure they get or source or get chance to our weaknesses and then capitalize on that one to exploit that. Another one also talking about the weak privacy settings. Yes, most of our media or our device or gadgets comes with a default settings or passwords. It's up to us to make sure that we get into this settings area to set or change our default to our suitable settings. Because trust me, on another video I'll be doing, I will show you the common passwords or default passwords that gadgets comes about with. So if you not change your default password, the bad guys know their means to get to this area. They'll go and check, and then they know that okay, social media, when they're setting up, these are the defaults. When I go to Instagram, these are the defaults. Or when setting a particular application, these are the defaults. They go in there and also search and get information and then try to find access into your privacy. And once they get information about you, as I said before, either used for reputational damage or cause financial loss or probably cause you a great deficit in terms of your assets and all over. Other one also talks about third-party apps and then or app access. It's very important to set restrictions on our social media, because sometimes some apps who on social media but they're trying to get access to our privacy. So it's up to us to make settings to tell either we have to give access to the third party apps who want to source information from our privacy area or not. If not, we end up sharing too much of our info to other third party applications, and they also end up using it. Probably other the bad guys also go there to go and check the information whether to use against you or not. So you need to be very careful about those ones. So very, very important. These are some of the common social media risk privacy we're talking about, that we need to make sure that we actually have our hands on this. Make sure we stay safe and then secure in terms of this. Very, very important. If on one day today you might be thinking you are nobody, so who cares? Anything I put in there doesn't matter. Mind you, the guys are always monitoring you in that space. One day when they become somebody, and they might use this information against you, and it will cause a lot of damage to you. So be very careful. Alright, so we continue to this side of it. They say the best practices for social media privacy. So one, review privacy settings. As I said before, go through privacy settings on each platform and customize who can see your posts, photo, and personal details. Very, very important. Very, very important to do so. Like I said, the bad guys are always on this media, always on this platform, always on the net, trying to gain access to our weakness and use against us. Second, limit personal information. It's not everything about you that you need to put on the social media, you need to put on the space. You must know what to put there and what not to put there. Sometimes you want to be famous, so we end up putting all about us in there. Very, very important to make sure that you don't expose yourself into that order. Like I said, mentioned before. Today when you're thinking you are nobody, but someday, trust me, you become a public figure, and these things might be used against you. So avoid posting sensitive details like your address, phone numbers, or full date of birth. For benefit of doubt, sometimes you need to find means of way to address these issues so that you can save safe on the social media community. Third one, talk about enable two-factor authentication. This is very, very important. Very important. There are so many authentication factors in over there that you can go to your Play Store, Apple Store, or other store to get this downloaded, and make sure that when any third person or third application or third party wants to have access to your privacy, you have to give access, permit. This two-factor authentication will notify you that somebody wants to get access to your privacy or get access to your particular get particular details of you. So it's up to you to make sure that you give access. Give access by making sure that you know who and you know what you're about before you grant access to this application or whatever you're trying to get information from you. Very, very important. Fourth one is use strong and unique passwords. Most of the time, due to a reason that we might forget a password, we end up using common and then easy passwords, like I mentioned before. Their systems, of course, almost all systems probably I can say with what I've seen, comes with default settings. Understand? And their common password that they come with. So if you have an application, we have a system that you don't change the default passwords, or you go ahead set the password by using common password like 12345 or password. This is not a strong means of creating passwords to your important details. My next video that I'm going to do, as I said before, that I will show you default passwords and the common password people use. So avoid using passwords like this. I will advise that you can use a phrase or a sentence if you think using these ones will be the only option that you have. No. A phrase or sentence that you can remember all the time. Something like, the next time I travel to California, I'll shop. This is something that you can remember all the time, or something unique, not by creating passwords like this one. Or something like, in my village there are so many plantain, or in my city there are beautiful cars. These are things that you can remember, and before the bad guys were able to break these passwords, it will take years before the combination of passwords systems that we have will be difficult to get to this one. So it might take them years before they're able to do that one. Before that time, or before they even able to do it, maybe probably might even change the password or move or stop using these applications. So even when they use brute force attack or when they use dictionary attack, before they're able to break through or get access to your password, want to go with a phrase or sentence, it takes a long time to do. So these are very important for you to do so that the bad guys will not have access to your sensitive information. Yes. How will you feel that your bank account details is exposed to the bad guys? You know that you'll be there to be getting alerts that this amount of money has been drawn from your account, By the time I realize everything in your account is gone, how would this be? So very important to make sure that you have strong passwords and two-factor authentication, and limit your information that you send on social media, and also review your privacy settings. Very important. Okay, so when you continue, it's a best practices continuous. Okay, so be careful with friends requests. Yes, sometimes we get requests from people, we don't check their profile, don't check who they are, and we just go ahead and say accept it. Yes, there are people that personate or they use others profile as if they're people. Somebody can use Obama's picture and then put Obama's details over there, and you'll be there. Obama send you a friend request. Max, oh, you'll be excited. Obama is sending you a friend request, but you don't know that somebody else is using that Obama's information to send requests over there. You got a bad guy over there, and again, once you put yourself over there, they get access. They might have a means of way to get access into your privacy, and then you'll be there, and then your pictures flying, pictures that you don't want to be on the net are flying. Your password is being broken. Your bank details is out there. Your account is now exposed to the bad guys, and then now they can go in and out of your accounts and do whatever they want to do. Some privacy information that you don't want to anybody to know, they end up getting chance over this. There are one thing, something that is now coming up called deepfake, that people actually record your voice, or use your voice, or use your personation over there to act like you. You'll be somewhere and you hear another go. Somebody says that, oh, you want to go and say this on social media. I went over there. You know what? You never did anything like that. Someone could record your voice and use to play, or use as a voiceover somewhere, and then you'll be there and somebody will come that, hey, you want to go and say ABC, or the yes, police, you are wanted by police, or wanted by this person. It was not you. Sometimes I advise that when the unknown number calls you, until the person speaks, don't speak, because sometimes people just want to hear a voice, and they record it, and then they end the call. So until you hear their voice, don't say anything. Very important. Another thing about limit third-party app access. Revoke permission apps. So before, as I said before any application or any web want to access anything about you, you have to grant the permit. So you have to set your systems in a way that you always require that you give access before anything can move from your space to another person. Very important. So think before you post. Yeah, sometimes we post things without thinking about them, and then sometimes due to emotions that we end up doing those things over there. For my studies or research, I've come to realization that, or come to know that, sometimes bad decisions are not made when we are happy or when you are too sad. So if you want to make a decision, a good one, of course, make sure that you are not too happy, you're not too sad, so that the emotion don't set in over there. You have to be stable, balanced before you end up making a decision. So posting, not because you are too happy, you end up be somewhere with your friends because you are so happy about over there. You end up taking picture, and the time realize the picture is flying, or you are in a room somewhere, you are too sad, and then they probably you are naked or whatever, you take picture and they want able to see how sad you are, you end up posting. These emotions end up cause a lot of damages, or might cause damage to us someday. So we have to be very careful of what you post in there. The pictures you post, information you send out there. Think about it Very careful before you do so. We're talking about monitor tags, photos, and posts. Yes, sometimes you'll be there in your social media, but people are tagging, people are posting over them. You have to make sure that you review. You have to let people know that before they can even tag you or whatever over there. I have to get permit or permission from you. So you have to do settings on your system that before people can tag you, whatever it's over there, permissions come from your side before those things are done. And make sure that you also go in out there, remove tags that you don't want or you never requested for from your page, so that you will not find yourself in a place that you don't want to be. Very important. Okay, so some common social media platform that we all know, talking about Facebook. Facebook has its own settings. You go in there and you do your settings as you want. Every Instagram, you go in there and set your accounts in a way that you not expose yourself too much to the public. X, formerly known as Twitter, also there as well, and LinkedIn, professional platform where the great guys meets connectivity and translation, all those ones that are there. Very important. So make sure you go in over there and do your settings very well to suit you, so you not give access to the bad guys to attack you. Yes, stay aware of emerging risk. Due to technology and advancement and involvement, we always face new threats. Because some applications comes without improper coding, misconfigurations, all those ones, deepfakes, AI powered, and all those ones are things, okay, that is exposing or cause a lot of threats in our digital space. So as I mentioned, I mentioned deepfake before, scam, where people use your voice to speak particular language or particular words that you have no idea of. Social engineering, which I'll be talking about a lot more and deeper in next video that I'll be doing. Social engineering, where people use psychological means, okay, to source information about you. Sometimes be there, someone calls you and then they say, yes, hey, I know last time we met over here and ABCD or whatever it is over there, and you end up, okay, yes, and then take information from you to go and defraud you or all those ones over there. Be very careful. I will talk much about social engineering, which is very important. It's one of the key aspects or components or factors that the bad guy use to get access to us. Understand? Very important. So be aware of new thing that is happening, AI that is coming over there. What are the difficulties? What are the challenges the AI that brings over there? What are the defect? All those ones you have to be stay aware of the new trends of what trend that's coming up in our space. Okay, then it's a regular update. Make sure that, okay, let me read this one. So encourage regular updating privacy settings to stay ahead of platform changes and then address evolving security vulnerability. Yes, sometimes you'll be there in your system will give you a notification like go and update me or update me, and you tell, oh, I will not do it now, I'll do it later. These platforms do changes on their systems or their space, which requires you also make sure that you do updates onto your system, because once you do update over there, you don't meet the requirements, and once the bad guys find out the weakness of vulnerabilities in your space, they end up chance on that one, catalyst on that one, and then you end up being in their soup, being in their pot, and they can roast you, do anything to you. Like I said, and next time you see your bank account is empty, time you see a nude picture of yours is on the space somewhere, time you see something very sensitive about you that you don't want anybody to know is in there in the space. So make sure that you update your system regularly. Proactive approach. Adopt proactive approach to online security by being aware of new risk and regularly reviewing your privacy settings. As I mentioned before, make sure that you go through your privacy settings and see the new things, new trends, new things that are happening on the system over there, and make sure you adjust as expected to suit you, in the means that you not give yourself a chance to the bad guys to do anything harmful to you. All right. So tools and resources for social media privacy. Some of the tools that can help you to know whether you are being scammed, information is being exposed, or somebody want to try to get information about you, try to access your information without your permit. These are some of the tools that you can use to do all those ones. So you have what is called data breach check. Use tools like Have I Been Pwned to check if your data has been compromised in any unknown data breaches. Every now and then, even the big tech industries are being, in fact, the bad guys even do the multi-security systems. The bad guys still find a means or a way to go in there and source information about their clients, their personalities over there, and then they use against them. So today we hear they say that your data breach, that particular organization or company's data has been breached, means that it has been exposed or somebody has chance on them, and then they, which can be actually be what exposed in the social media or exposed in the web, everybody, because they are guys or their personalities that you don't want the information to be out there. So these companies are making sure that, or to make sure that these personnel or persons or their clients details are safe. Nobody gets to know about them, especially when it comes to the hospital side of it. Somebody want to know, don't want others to know about their health status on that stuff. So if you are a hospital or clinic or a pharmacy where your data can be breached by not protecting your information very well, you end up putting your customers, your personnel workers in this risk. And people can chance on information and default them, use against them, reputational damage, talking about the reputational damage, talking about financial loss, and then cause a lot of damages to them, which they don't want to. So you can use this system to check if those data that are being breached or data breaches with the other companies, if your details or information are part of those breaches or those exposure. You can use Have I Been Pwned to check that one. Also have browser extensions. Yes, big extensions like Grocery or Privacy Badger to check extensions when we are visiting a particular website or a particular site over there, to check if the place is safe for you to go or not, or give information or block attackers who want to source information from your site or without you knowing. So use these applications, okay, download them on the system to make sure that it helps you whenever you're doing working or probably browsing the net or the web, to make sure that attackers don't get chance to your security or personal information. Okay, so also have a cyber security guides. Yes, there are organizations like FTC and what EFF for vulnerable insight for practical what advice. So when you go to these organizations on web over there, you can find out more about them over there to read about the updating, okay, as about what is new, what is trending, okay, how you can save all those ones over there. You can use so that you can be abreast with the new challenges that is going on in the tech. Because trust me, in the era we live now, Almost everybody, look at your homes or organization one. When you meet as people or meet as a family, okay, look at everybody is on their phone. Probably that connectivity of family or what that is even diminishing, is going off. Everybody's on the net trying to see what is new, what is moving on, what is happening over there. So everybody's like, we all of us are actually on the space of tech, and the place is not as free as easy as we think. But the bad guys are always there. Some personnel or some of the bad guys over there, their duty or their job is to go on the net over there and then look for their I mean their daily bread. That's what the job they do. So if you don't take care and you want to be in that space without taking care of whatever is happening, you end up find yourself in that space, and as I mentioned before, you're part of those guys that can be attacked. So we are coming to an end of the best practices for social media privacy, and this is very important as well. So it's the importance of digital hygiene. Okay, maintain a good digital hygiene is essential for protecting your privacy. Regularly review your friends list, old posts, and connect apps, and delete or archive outdated or unnecessary posts to minimize your exposure. Take 5 minutes today to review your privacy settings on your favorite social media platform. By taking proactive steps to safeguard your online privacy, you can ensure a more secure and fulfilling digital experience. But very important, take time and go to all social media that you have and make sure that your settings are done to suit you. Make sure all defaults are being taken off. Set system in a way that will benefit you by not exposing yourself in there. Yes, very important. And trust me, this will go a long way to help you, your friends, your family, your organization you work with, your company, your workers, all those personnels. Because if from one place to the other, when attackers get you, you become the gateway to access others' info as well. So be very careful, and then also you can share this to loved ones, friends, colleagues, business partners, so that you can also stay safe. So thank you very much for taking time and staying with us. This was brought to you by Time Tech, and you can follow us on Facebook.